Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to many Akim, Wakwathium, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Alright, so basically today is going to be a very quick lesson, kind of going over a few things I had found out, a few I guess key important points of interest, if you will. All right, are going to be an eventual problem, all right, for not necessarily Israelites in general, but for the for Babylon. Okay, so we're gonna get into this because there's these two videos. Okay, let's start with this since it's actually a lot faster to get into. Okay, so I was watching this video. Okay, it actually is, in all honesty, like very, I kind of want to say like damning, if not, scary to an extent, because if you look at the title, it says K-pop stars open a nightclub to drug and sell women to overseas investors. Okay, so basically they're these Moabites, I believe that's who the Koreans are. They're basically pimping out their own women, which is like, I guess so, but like whatever. Honestly, that's not even the important thing. The important thing is the drug that they're using. Okay, so let's let her explain what she said the victim, whatever, said it was like.
She said when you're on GHB, the date drug, it feels like you're in a trance. You just do whatever you're told to do, and you kind of hear things, but then you have no recollection of anything once you truly wake up and snap out of it. You feel like a zombie, that you can take orders, but you don't remember any of that. But it's
now that when I heard this, I knew I had to timestamp, save this fucking video, and do a lesson on this, because this is some actual cold hard crazy shit. All right, because the reason why is because this is exactly what Esau wants for the Babylonians. Okay, this is how what's it called, Slakia, this is what basically Esau's plans has been, through a different method, all right, in order to make people accept and quote unquote willingly take the MOTB. And you know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, let me actually go into this, because there was video of this. Because when I was listening to her tell the story, the girls had said, I would never go with him into some hotel or whatever. I would never do this and the third. He dragged me, go get some security, that I was, forced to be there. And let me get these things right quick. I know, not this. Yeah, that one was forced, but outside of that, let me get this. If I should have got timestamps, lucky I should have gotten timestamps for everything, but it's like fucking 2 hours. So Slakia, so just so you don't have to go through, you don't have to watch the whole video. Basically, the girl or the victim, whatever you want to call her, she willingly, and she remembers going to a club. All right, at the club she met this guy, all right, and she was in control. She remembers everything up to the point where she was at the club. And then after she was she started drinking some water or whatever, she started to get into the trance that she just explained, and then it was at that point where, like she didn't have control. Based on what she was saying, she didn't have control of her actions and whatnot. And we're gonna get into. She said that she would not have agreed to any of the stuff that happened. So let's go in.
Any sense? She sees herself walking into the hotel with the man willingly. He's not dragging her. She doesn't even appear to be. She's walking normally, stable. She's walking at a leisurely pace. If anything, she's almost leading the man. She's walking in front of the guy. She's having an animated conversation with him. She's seen on CCTV camera of the hotel lobby smiling at the man. How is this possible? Chav is tied.
All right, so yeah, basically you saw that, and for the most part, again, it goes back into the whole like, making people want to do what the people in power want them to do. Okay, so not in a sense of coercion or in a sense of manipulation, but just by, okay, I want you to do this, you go do this, that, and third, X, Y. It's also how people will, take the MOTB, because initially, all right, and I've said this multiple times, I never imagined, because there were so many people that knew or that have heard of the MOTB or about the MOTB and what it was exactly. Like 10 years ago, not just recently, but like many years ago. Like it was old news way back then, and then now you got people who are more likely to take it just as they took the jab. All right. So let me also get this. It's like the whole zombie-like state. So it's going to get. Through our understanding of the scriptures, okay, we can definitely tell, because there has also been, different. Let me see. Actually, let me just get it, because I don't want to talk out of my ass. The CDC or whoever, okay, they said, get ready, or here's all the stuff to do in order for a zombie apocalypse. And like of course, like that's such an absurd thing to do, because you would think, okay, well, zombies don't actually exist. And because of this, now we're thinking like, okay, well, now does that mean that there's going to be people that are going to be, or right? So how much it's like now it's gone into speculation, because we don't know the exact details. All right, but like it might start out being, let me get this. It might start out being something like this, where she's just walking, where it seems like they're walking normally, but then as time goes on, then they start to look like these. They start to look like these types of zombies that don't have any, real. They're decaying. They don't have any real brain or any real seemingly thought process of their own. All right, and again, like it is a scary thing to think, a scary thing to imagine, but just how far, or how far is it for the Babylonians should they not follow after the words and the warnings and hearken unto the word of YAHAWASHI, okay? Which, again, like, no matter what the situation, no matter what the problem, all right, it all goes back to, are you going to heed the words of YAHAWASHI? Are you going to not take the you know what? Are you going to, take this truth seriously? All right? Or are you just gonna say, oh, I have to take it. I need to go get money. I need to go get this. We're hungry. Like, let me get this as a matter of fact. Okay. Luke chapter 12 verse 20. But Yahweh said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward Yahweh. And he said unto his disciples, Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and Yahweh feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? So basically, the end all be all is that, no matter how bad things get, how tough things get, okay, we cannot fall under, number one, peer pressure, okay, which was a major pushing force for people taking the jab, okay. So if that was just a rehearsal, okay, and through the spirit and power of Yahawadah, those that didn't take it, we got through it, all right. How much more when the actual main stage begins, the main show starts, all right, which is the MOTB. Are you gonna, I need to take this, I need this, I need that, like, that's following after Yahawadah is not gonna pay my bills, it's not gonna get me food, or anything, blah blah blah. Like, no, we need to, and that's the thing, like, Israel, we need to have faith, all right. We need to work on building faith in Yahawadah and trusting that the Lord will take care of us, will provide us, fall victim to these types of stuff, all right. But that was I did go off on a tangent, so slacky about that. The main point I really wanted to bring up was the fact, the drug that they have in South Korea, not even North Korea, but South Korea, all right. It's kind of crazy, kind of funny. Also, it seems like a lot of the police force seem to be in on it as well. So it definitely goes to show that they're the what's it called, is pretty corrupt. Anyway, aside from that, the main point was, as I said before, the drug that's able to make people to someone who I guess administers the drug to them or whatever, or I guess I can't say it since she didn't say it, so I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, date, DR someone, all right. Anyway, but yeah, on Revelation chapter 9 verse 6, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Okay, so let me actually get this. Fuck. Bear with me because I just accidentally pulled off the tab. Okay, I'm gonna go with my thing because I had made this one video.
She said when you're on GHB.
Oh my God, please. The YAHAWAH. Okay. Slakia, by the way. Sometimes, you know, when sounds are just playing it and it gets on your nerves. Slakia. Anyway, so I had made this video.
So this is me. I'm a zombie. I've been stuck in this room for I don't know how long, so I thought I should just monologue until my body figured out how to leave. I've been a zombie for like, what, a month now? I don't even remember how it happened. I think I got bit in my sleep or something. Anyway, this has been a learning experience. First of all, I thought that when you turn into a zombie, you lose your mind completely. No thoughts, no consciousness. Well, I'm conscious. I don't have control over anything my body does, but I still think like a normal person. Yeah, so this is me.
And like, again, like, when I first saw this, I immediately had to make this video. Okay, so you just imagine basically playing passenger in your own body, not having control over yourself, but watching someone or something else make all the decisions for you. That is a very scary, you know, scenario that I would assume that we don't want to see. Moving on into the next topic, okay, it's titled "The Army is Getting Desperate." All right, so let's see, you know, what does that mean exactly?
The U.S. Army just put out this recruitment video that seemingly speaks to a very specific audience that they had previously alienated. Which is in stark contrast to their previous recruitment efforts, emphasizing having two moms, and whatever this is. But apparently the Army has been going in an entirely new direction recently, as their YouTube now looks very different from their channel 2 years ago. So
Slakia, basically, the new direction or whatever they're trying to be.
Now, after years of missing their recruitment goals with seemingly no...
Oh my, I hate when this happens. Slakia, basically, what they're doing is, because they're not reaching the recruitment goals, because not enough people want to join the military, this and the third, okay, for whatever reason, now they're saying, okay, now we need to change the appeal. We need to appeal to the, how do I say this without potentially endangering the video? Babylonify the appeal of joining the military. Okay, perfect way to say it. Let me refresh. 33, okay. Even saw the thumbnail. But yeah, they want to Babylonify the thing. The what's it called? The military, make people see, oh yeah, look, we are inclusive. We like these types of people. Holy shit, is this dude's video like ass?
After years of missing their recruitment goals with seemingly no solution,
I might have to put it on another.
They're going in the direction of Victoria's Secret, where they're ditching.
You know what, Slakia? Let me get
diversity and inclusion.
Okay, hold on.
In favor of what made them successful in the first place. Now, you may think military recruitment and sexy lingerie have nothing in common, but do they? As about a year ago, we covered this alleged psyop online, and now she nearly has 1 million followers on TikTok, where she transitioned from normal pretty girl posts with an occasional highlight of her military service to basically exclusively Army content, getting tens of millions of views, where she parades around in her full military kit while on deployment with captions like, "Contact your local recruiter for a free outfit."
Okay, Slakia, but like, am I not the only one that's straight up baffled by I'm not okay. I'm not trying to, be one of those 2/3 sounding Jakes, but I'm not saying like I'm for, Edomite women, all right? Obviously not. But she looks very good, okay? She's a very attractive woman, and I think it is a reasonable assessment that if she were to be out on the front lines, that she would be a very easy and very common prey for the enemy side. Like it's really just not even like funny. Like that is not something I would want for, I guess, my daughter or whatever. All right, like they are seriously desperate. All right, and especially on the fact that she's wearing a bunch of makeup too. Like, damn.
Sharing her fancy 10,000.
Also, Slakia, you also can see in the thing she says, contact your whatever for a free outfit, meaning like, again, like she's working with them, or maybe they're paying her. Okay, I think they do talk about it. We'll see more, but it is a ploy to try to get more people to get into the whole to get into what's it called? To get into you join the military. So now all the simps that would basically die for her, damn near are literally going to go out and die for her, just for her, or do whatever she said, potentially. All right, let's continue watching.
Like, contact your local recruiter for a free outfit, sharing her fancy $10,000 designer clothing shopping sprees while in a tank, posting captions like,
"What the fuck? A tank?
Thank me for my cervix," amongst displaying other things on her YouTube channel. As for a while now, she has openly bragged about being more valuable than the $100 million ad. She openly discusses how this is not something she should be doing, but not something they're stopping.
But as far as like, our commander and like our first sergeant and all them, I never like brought it up to them, and I don't know if anybody has. But while we were overseas, like I started talking to them about it, and they were just kind of like they were like, "Don't tell us, don't tell us, don't tell us."
What kind of like social media rules are there in general?
I don't even think you're supposed to like post in your uniform. And like definitely not while you're on orders. Yeah, you're not supposed to post on orders. But
so as in the video we did a year ago.
Well, okay, hold on, because if I'm understanding, isn't she said on orders? So like when she's working, quote unquote, as a military officer, she's basically, isn't that like giving away your position? I could be wrong on that, but I that does kind of seem like pretty stupid. But yeah, she's doing it, and they're like, I don't know the semantics on it, because I'm not in the thing, but yeah, it does seem pretty dumb.
I don't necessarily think she's a state-sponsored psyop, but it's just not something they're going to turn their nose up at, especially when our armed forces numbers are dwindling. Recruitment has been on a downturn for years, and the general public's opinion of our military from both the liberal and conservative perspective went the way of Bud Light, and no amount of pandering is going to restore their reputation. And now with World War III being all but confirmed at this point, people on social media are outraged at the idea of a military draft.
Like, how are they
Okay, fuck it, whatever.
gonna actually force us to get up and go to war? I have like 6 of these. What makes you think I'm qualified to have like within 600 feet of anybody, including myself?
And that's if they can catch me, because you think, this draft occurs, I'm headed for the hills, baby. I know a place. It has everything I could possibly need, except for electricity and cell service, which is going to be perfect because you won't be able to find me. Do I look like somebody who the authorities are going to be chasing after, hunting down because they need me? They need me?
Now that guy thinks his ability to hide in the forest and live off the grid makes him unappealing to draft. Little does he know that someone with that skill set is exactly who the military's looking for. Unless, of course, he's lying about that ability. But that first guy that thinks he's unfit for service, I just don't think they understand how desperate they are and how many mundane, awful jobs they have in the military.
Also, I think that's pretty funny, and I think he's about to talk about it maybe. But it is also funny that, the two people that are actually, or he actually was able to, they're both, Edomite, swing that way, and the second guy, he was like, I can literally live without, electricity and cell service, like, you guys definitely don't want me and stuff like that. Like, that is, I thought that was pretty funny that he kind of like mentioned that. Like, I think that's a lot more appealing than, for the most part, like, that is a lot more appealing than most people, because most people, or even before this whole change of we want, these types of strong people, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, to join the military, okay? Even they weren't necessarily, I guess, savvy to living that type of lifestyle. But, obviously they had to grow accustomed and learn it. But he is already has a head start, all right? So it's kind of like, why would you even say that? It's kind of like the opposite of like what you want. Anyway, yeah. But also another thing that I think is also kind of funny is the fact that they are unknowingly, mostly the second guy, he's unknowingly basically, letting them know that the whole masculinity of wanting to fight, they don't want I'm trying to watch my words, but the hand gesture type men, they're not desirable because they are not masculine, because they are so, and they're unknowingly just, because it's like, and the thing is, a lot of people, a lot of these types of people say that masculinity is not defined by, he's strong, he's this, that, and the third. You can be emotional, this, blah, blah. Okay, they say that it is a masculine man can be feminine, this, that, and the third, or there is just too many words that can be seen as negative, and it's really hard. Okay, the hand gesture people, okay, are not seen as manly to the normal people, but they are saying that they are masculine men, but yet he, as a hand gesture, how he can, live the lifestyle that the military wants. Slakia for that long-windedness.
Not everybody's going to be frontline infantry, and wars are won through logistics. They'll need accountants, they'll need janitors, and they'll need people to peel potatoes. If the draft comes along, they're going. And if you had another country's flag bumper sticker or on your online profile, I think you should be the first to go. Now, I would sit here and ponder or on your online profile, they're going. And if you had another country's flag bumper sticker or on your online profile, I think you should be the first to go. Now, I would sit here and ponder why the...
Okay, I'm curious to know why he said that or what that meant. I think, for the most part, there's still... It's lucky. This is just a personal preference, and honestly, I think that's really just inconsequential, and I should not be talking about that. But ultimately, if they do still have any of those, health requirements, which is, the jab, needing to take the jab in order to be a part of the military, then that should be, or that is, that if it is still a requirement, then Yahawadah that, the Lord let us know, and, I look forward to seeing, are they going to lighten up on the restrictions, or are there still going to be certain restrictions, or are they going to just mass take these types of people as a result of, the kind of, what's the word? The change in demeanor, the change in desperation. All right. Perfect example, actually. This reminds me, I told a story about how Esau, or one of the higher ups in Esau thing, they had made a law that indirectly targeted so-called black people and tried to negate their votes from counting. Okay. And I think that that's what they could potentially do with the draft. They might say, okay, if you identify in the in an indirect way, they could say, if you identify in the LGBT community, you have to be drafted or some type in this way, shape, or form, in an indirect way. Okay, and then they just take those people, and then a lot of the other people, be it us Israelites, or the conservative Edomites, okay, are left in Babylon. All right, for whatever reason, or just people that chose not to. And I again, it's really hard for me to kind of say what I want to say, because there are some things I would like to say, but it's just like Esau. You just never know what Esau will take a video down, or do to your video. But that's basically the thing. Maybe they want to get rid of these types of people first and foremost before moving on to, I guess, the next step, quote unquote. Which also, right quick, I want to get this. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay, and this is the fact of the matter. Like this is how Babylonian is, and he even says it over here. Gen Z is not getting drafted, believing that Gen Z being one of the weakest, generations. Okay, or the generations getting weaker. Okay, and honestly, they basically are admitting it by saying that we're not getting, Gen Z is not getting drafted. Okay, so as a result, like, they're basically admitting it, and they're admitting that we are weaker than the previous generations. Okay, so yeah, aware of this types of stuff, and as a result, the evils are growing with a whole bunch of what's it called, animosity and tensions growing in Babylon. All right,
These guys are oddly similar, as if Chinese owned TikTok. The specific patterns and mannerisms were what to mold their personality after, but I'm not going to try to criticize anybody with a generic appearance for very specific reasons. Now, the funny thing that's been happening because of all of this, drafted into the armed forces.
In this order, subject to violator, fine, and imprisonment. Bring this order with you when you report. If you are so oh, wait. Go to see who sent it. Like, go selective surgeon agency.
Now that's a very cruel thing to do for internet clicks, but it does highlight how people's perspective changes only when it directly impacts them. I can sit here all day online and preach how we need to fund this conflict and these people need to be able to defend that thing. But how many people would keep that same energy if it meant interrupting their life for 2 years to go overseas and live in the desert filling sandbags all day? But the only ironic thing is, all these people complaining about being drafted, that voted for Biden, that complained about him not paying for their college. Yeah, Biden did campaign on loan forgiveness, well aware that this would simply not be possible unless World War III starts and you all get free college with the GI Bill. It's a pretty cruel joke to play on them, but this entire administration has been a joke, except nobody is laughing except our enemies. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's
Look at look at how funny it is, because he just made a joke of it. Like, when the devil, he says, "Oh, I will help you guys with this, that, and the third, but you have to, but there's always going to be, a string attached to it, or here's the conditions and terms to the deal." Yes, you see in the big bold letters, loan forgiveness, student loan forgiveness, or this, that, and the third, or whatever. But then in the fine print, you don't see, you have to go fight in the war. You have to go almost fucking die, or literally die, to receive the loan forgiveness. All right, that's a big stipulation that needs to be put that into the terms. All right, but of course, that's what Esau does. Let me see. If he does good, I believe. Okay, let me see. If he Sirach chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Okay, so it again, like there's strings, there is strings attached. Hold on, let me get this as well. Hold on. I forgot the wording. It's Psalms? Say good, but evil. Slakia, I'm trying to find out, where is it? Is this it? I don't think this is it. Yeah, this is not it. Slakia. I don't know. I don't remember the wording of it. Slakia about that, but basically, roughly paraphrasing it, it just boils down to, when or I guess I can just use this. Sirach chapter 14:7. If you do it good, you do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. So yes, there might seems to be, oh yes, we want to get this good stuff for the people. We want to help the people out. This and the third, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, all right. At the end of the day, his true intentions was to entrap the people in a snare, and I think that's the thing. I might have found it, but I don't know if there's gonna be multiple. Of course, there's gonna be multiple. Psalm chapter 9 verse 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higian Selah. Okay. Okay, right here. Slakia, I found it now. Psalm chapter 64. They commune on laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Okay, and that's a major snare. Okay, the whole thing that after you guys will get the free or the forgiven student loans, but you have to go do this. So if you don't want this, then okay, well then you're not gonna get it. Okay, there is a stipulation in getting it. So either you work with us and do what we want you to do, or guess you have to keep on being in debt and having to work like a slave for the rest of your life. Okay, and then even in addition to that, okay, you still have that whole the whole thing where they're slowly programming people in order to be like zombies that are obedient to their every word. All right. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Slakia about certain parts of it. All right, but for the most part, Yahawadah, you're able to receive the overall lesson or the overall warnings that number one, Babylonians, or not the Babylonian army, okay, they're trying to appeal to a certain type of people, which is the Babylonian mindset. Okay, there's also the snare, okay, the snare that they are planning on setting place with that involves World War III, as well as the fact that South Korea has that drug to make people obedient. But in addition to that, so-called America, or America, okay, is just already has people in general that don't even need the drug in order to be similar or be the same way in terms of obedience. All right, so that's basically it. So give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, DTA Abad Babal, and Shalom.